Welcome to SolidWorks Central. In this tutorial, we'll design a simple crankshaft using essential features like Revolved Boss Base, Extruded Boss Base, Extruded Cut, Chamfer, Fillet and Cosmetic thread. We'll also assign materials, customize appearances, and check our model's weight with mass properties. You'll find the technical drawing as a PDF in the description too. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started step by step. First, let's open a sketch on the right plane. Let's grab our line tool and start sketching roughly. Let's convert this line into a construction line. Now, let's select the Smart Dimension command. Let's set this length to 390 mm. And this one will be 215 mm. And this dimension will be 85 mm. Now let's add the dimensions for our diameters. This one will be 60 mm. And this one will be 80 mm. And finally, this will be 100 mm. Now, from the Features tab, we'll use the Revolved Boss Base command to create a solid by revolving. In the Direction section, we'll keep Blind and 360 degrees selected. Let's open a new sketch on this face. Now let's go normal to this sketch face. Let's select our circle tool and let's draw it with its center at the origin. Let's grab our Smart Dimension tool. Let's set the diameter of this circle to 200 mm. Let's grab our centerline tool. Let's draw our vertical and horizontal lines passing through the origin. Now let's take a look at the Dynamic Mirror Entities command. This tool is really useful when creating symmetric sketches in SolidWorks. After that, we activate the Dynamic Mirror Entities command and select our centerline. From now on, whatever we draw on one side will be symmetrically copied to the other side in real time. Let's select our Trim Entities command. Make sure Power Trim is active. It lets us freely trim sketch lines just by dragging our mouse over them. Super quick and easy. Let's select our Smart Dimension tool. Let's set the distance between these 2 points to 120 mm. And let's make this distance 40 mm. Finally, let's set the distance between these two lines to 12 mm. Alright, now let's grab our fillet tool. In the Fillet Parameters section, we'll first use a radius of 10 mm. Now, let's select the points where we want to apply this 10 mm radius. Now, let's set our radius to 30 mm. Similarly, let's select the points where we want to apply this 30 mm radius. Okay, Now let's give it some depth using the Extruded Boss Base command from the Features tab. In the Direction 1 section, we'll keep our direction as blind and set the depth to 30 mm. Also, make sure Merge Result is active to combine the two bodies. Now, let's open a sketch on this face. Let's select our Circle tool. Let's draw our circle here and then grab our Smart Dimension tool. Let's set the diameter of our circle to 45 mm. Let's set the distance between our circle's centre and the origin to 70 mm. Let's align our circle's centre point and the origin vertically. Let's go to Features and give it some depth using Extruded Boss Base. For this first step, the depth will be 20 mm. Let's open a new sketch on this face. Let's grab our Circle tool. Using Smart Dimensions, let's set the measurement of this circle to 40 mm. Similarly, let's extrude this circle sketch to give it some depth. We'll set the depth to 40 mm. Let's open a sketch on this face again. Let's grab our Circle tool and draw a circle with its centre at the origin. Let's grab our Smart Dimensions tool and set the diameter of our circle to 65 mm. Now, let's go to the Features tab and use the Extruded Cut command this time. Let's set our cut depth to 213 mm and make sure the direction is still blind. Now, let's open a sketch on the top plane. From the Rectangle tools, let's select the corner rectangle. Let's grab our Smart Dimension tool. Let's set the width of our rectangle to 115 mm. Let's set this distance to 40 mm. Let's set the depth to 30 mm. Now, let's go to the Extruded Cut section in the Features tab. This time, let's select Through All both for the direction, so we'll cut through from both sides. Let's select our chamfer command. In the chamfer type section, let's choose Distance Distance. This allows us to specify two different distances. Let's select Asymmetric. We can leave our first distance at 10 mm and let's set the second distance to 40 mm. Let's select our edge. Now, let's select the chamfer tool again. This time for chamfer type, we'll use angle distance. We'll set the distance to 10 mm and the angle to 45 degrees. Let's select this edge. I only want this applied to the selected edge, so let's uncheck tangent propagation. Let's select our chamfer command one last time. This time, we'll set the distance to 5 mm and keep the angle at 45 degrees. Let's select this edge and apply a chamfer. Let's enter the fillet command. Let's select constant size fillet as our fillet type. Make sure it's symmetric, and we'll enter 15 mm for our fillet radius. We can now select the edges where we want to apply the fillet. To apply a cosmetic thread, we can go to Insert, then Annotations, and finally select Cosmetic Thread. Alternatively, we can also access it through the search bar. Let's select our edge. In the Standard section, let's select ANSI Metric. Let's select Machine Threads for the type option. Let's set the size to M60 by 5.5. Make sure Up to Next is selected. To display cosmetic threads, let's go to Settings, then Document Properties, and finally select Detailing. And then, let's activate Shaded Cosmetic Threads. Let's run our Mass Properties command from the Evaluate tab. Mass Properties is used to calculate physical characteristics of a model such as weight, volume, surface area, and centre of mass. It helps evaluate the design in terms of balance, material usage, and manufacturing. Let's assign a material to our part. Under Steel, we'll assign AISI 304. After assigning the material, we can use Mass Properties again to see the change in our part's mass. If we want, we can apply different metal appearances from the Appearances section. From the Metals section, I want to apply brass. I want the inner part to appear as steel. I'm now selecting the faces where I want to apply the steel appearance. Well, that's it for today. We tried to design a simple crankshaft, and I truly hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and leave a comment. Your support means a lot to us. For more SolidWorks tutorials and to support our channel, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.